Hello, and welcome to Wyverns and Weirdos. You might find out what we were laughing at in the stinger. Who knows? Maybe there'll be something else. Maybe it'll be that. Uh, yes, Wyverns and Weirdos, a D&D podcast set in the world of Fierlor. It is almost the end of the year, folks. From your perspective as viewers, if you're watching this as it comes out. Otherwise, if you're watching it later on, who knows when it is. Our usual plugs. So, first and foremost, share the show. Let everyone know about it. Like, comment, give us that engagement so that it spreads throughout the internet and we can get bigger and more successful and do all the things that we'd love to do to entertain you folks out there. If you want to support the show in a more monetary fashion, there are ways to do that in which you get things in return. You can either get stuff in the way of early access and DM notes and homebrew if you go onto the Patreon and support us in a more regular fashion, or you can go to Redbubble. We have a Redbubble page that is down in the description that you can go to and get some cool shirts or water bottles or just art prints, like if you want. There's a bunch of designs by Zoe on there. I think there's, at the time of recording, I think there's one by Laura from memory, and there's two different versions of the logo by myself. And who knows? There's a few months between now and then. There might be some more come the end of the year. I don't know. We have plans. Whether they happen is anyone's guess. But yeah, getting to the end of the year. For you guys, we've still got a few more months. We're back in September. Yeah, I realized things were off with my projections, so we're a little disoriented from your perspective. But yeah. Anyway, this episode is being recorded the day before Jake's birthday, so that's fun. Happy birthday, Jake. He has his requisite DM inspiration for that. And unless anyone has any other plugs, I think we're going to jump into another episode of Wyverns and Weirdos. Where we last left off, the party did some more intrigues as well as reaching out to Borax Taraka to plot their way into Vileblight's tavern. Simply saying that they would get in contact with Borax Taraka to line up a time to go across to the lair and he would just teleport them in. However, the important thing where we left off was that Ross decided that it was time to bring back their Githzerai friend, saying so to directly to Promise, was it? Yes. That it was time to bring back Drakkar. So that was the exact moment we left off.
Yes. So that was Ross saying that, so I don't actually know how we bring Drakkar back from the astral sea. But I assume someone here does. So yeah, Ross will say that to Promise, and then we'll wait to see what anyone else does.
All right. So
vibrating slightly.
Yes. So, okay. So yes, you Zoe don't know. Ross does know, as she did have, to an extent, because she had the memory implanted in her head.
Something with a disc.
Yes. So I believe from memory she was given that disc, and it needs to be activated. And so, so it is simply that you, yes. So hearing what you've said, Promise is going to produce a diamond that looks as if it's been carved to go into a slot on the disc. And says to you, you are sure that it is the right time to return him?
It's nearly the end. A better time.
And she hands you the diamond. And it's not massive, but it's not insignificant either. And it's probably about the size of diameter of a ping pong ball. And yeah, there is a spot that it would sit in the disc.
So Ross will pull the disc out of her little thigh pouch and just kind of take a moment and then go, well, who's ready to see my boss again? And then put the diamond in the disc.
All right, can you roll me an Arcana check?
Absolutely. Oh, hell yeah. That's a 30.
30. Okay. Yeah. So the disc disappears, and a magical portal appears in front of you, Ross, and you see into it for a moment, into what you believe to be the astral sea. And stepping out of it, you see the familiar face of Drakkar. I take it that we have made progress.
Yes, absolutely. Would you, Ross is looking a little overwhelmed, and she's like, would you like to be debriefed on the current situation?
Of course. And we could, yes, we don't need to RP through it.
But I want to.
You can RP through it if you want to.
Okay. So right after you went into the astral sea and then Sam modified my memory, the next day Bertie had turned winter because he was really, really upset. So then we all decided to have a training session, but then that training session turned into a huge argument. And then we all went to get magical tattoos, because that's what you do. Then Rook and I went to go talk to a really unhelpful priest, and he told us that we had to go back to Durham. So then we all got together and we all went back to Durham because there was a huge eclipse and there was also a lot of red lightning. We went back to Durham and there was this warlock that was summoning Zorthram Dathara, and then we had to kill that warlock. There were also a lot of shadows everywhere, but it's okay, I stopped them. And then we killed that warlock, and then we killed Zorthram Dathara, and but then Zortham Tatara came back, and then we killed them again, and then we celebrated. Then there was a lot of drinking, then there was a lot of partying. It was great. Then there was a year break. I taught Bertie how to play the lute, and then we came back, and there was a ball, and the ball was kind of in our honor, but also not really. And then the Wizards of the Ruins attacked the ball, and Sam was there, but it's fine. He's also here now. And then
like Sam waves.
The Wizards of the Ruins attacked the Gala because they want to move on to Erethold, because they believe that Kharas is like theirs because you died, except how you didn't die. And then we killed Dread Magisters Uza Haran and also Morden'Zan, and then we had a talk with the Council of the Seven, and then they said that we have a month in order to defeat the Wizards of the Ruins, or they're going to declare war on Kharas. So then we came to Kharas, and then Aaron Korba fought us in my theater. I have a theater now. And then, well, I kind of did. It's kind of blown up a little bit. Also, Caius is a Pegasus, but you've never met Caius. So then we fought Aaron Korba, then we killed him. We also killed a bunch of ogres, and then we flew into the Warding Wilds, and then we met a dragon in the Warding Wilds, and the dragon is one of Vileblight's trainees, and then he took us to the edge of the city, and then we teleported in, and then we decided we were going to go fight Kira, and then we were investigating around Kira's, and she is a huge colossus, and we destroyed one of its integration ways, but then, and she kind of pauses and looks at Bertie and goes, some not cool stuff happened. And Bertie can tell you all about the anti-magic beasts that he fought, and also they kidnapped Caius, so you still haven't actually met Caius. And then we came back here, and we've done a lot of, like, spy stuff, because, we're spies, and then we went into Zelix's palace, which was like a big meat dungeon, with full of a lot of phalluses. I think he had a lot of repressed issues. And then we killed him and the Elder Brain and a bunch of his disciples, and then we flew back here. Also, Sam died, but he's fine now. And then we came back here, and now we're thinking of going to fight Vileblight the Undying, because we actually, the dragon that met us in the Warding Wilds, Borax, we made a deal with him, and he's gonna help us. So we have to kill like a bunch of dragons, but a bunch of dragons may help us kill the big dragon. And that's what you missed in the Astral Sea. Hey! And she does like jazz hands.
That is a lot of information.
Do I need to do it again?
No, I didn't say I didn't process it. It's just a lot of information.
Yes.
And how many days days have we got until?
Just under 20.
So yeah, so the count is at 16.
Oh god! 16. But we gave ourselves some wiggle room.
All right. And is it today that you are planning on facing down the dragon?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Actually, is this the I can't remember. Is this the evening or is this the morning?
I can't remember.
I feel possibly in terms of like in terms of like the intrigue stuff we're doing, I think it was like the day before, and then there's the Rook does her diplomacy thing.
Yes.
But regardless, depends on. I don't think it's been discussed.
So
I just found my notes actually, and Laura is correct.
Okay.
We are going to go to Vileblight's the day after tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow. Okay. All right.
So, how was the Astral Sea?
It was enlightening, for one thing. It has been a long time since I have been there. To return to the homeland of my people, it was... I hope to help my people to return there.
That is...
Those who wish to go.
That is a noble pursuit. Well, that was what I had to say to you. welcome back to here. Well, I'm sure you and Promise have a lot to discuss.
Yes.
Glad you're alive, buddy. And she punches him on the arm.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I have great faith in you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So.
Is like we're all in this room, yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, boss. Look, glad you're back. Glad vacation went well. But I was just curious. We're in, as you probably heard, we're in a bit of a time crunch. And we got things to do. How can you help us? Have you got like an entire army ready to come in to help us break down the walls, start punching around, breaking things down, or have you become this like omnipotent being that can shoot laser beams from his eyes or something now? Yeah, I don't know. You've been gone for a while, and I'm glad you're enlightened, but have you like beefed up a little bit? I mean, you look beefed up a little bit. I see a little bit more definition.
I have honed my psionic abilities. I will say that, and it will take me a little while to reacclimatize to the material plane, but
6 days? Or earlier?
6 days should do it. Maybe earlier. Do you have plans for the next 6 days?
Well, I mean, we don't have long, is all.
No. It won't take me 16. It won't take 16. It won't take that long.
Excellent. Awesome. Good to hear. And as far as I'm aware, hopefully there's not too many more illithids around as well. We kind of took care of a lot of them. So hopefully your psionic powers will be a bit of a unique trait on the battlefield. Fingers crossed.
By a lot of them, what do you mean?
We took down, trying to remember his name. It's in the Zelex's. We took down Zelex's nautical ship. It collapsed completely. So, and
did you
we
take out the Elder Brain?
We took out the Elder Brain, as mentioned in Ross's report.
Yes, of course.
See, do you need me to repeat it? Because you're forgetting information.
No. Yes. So, Zelex is down. I believe his apprentice is down, and we took out 2 more personally, and then the entire ship collapsed within its realm. So I believe that would have done big damage.
All right.
Plus my dragon, by the way, Zoot is now can become a dragon. Did fire off a laser just in a random direction, which could have also gotten another 1 or 2 of them. I don't know, but
I doubt any would have survived if the Elder Brain was taken.
So do you believe that we won't have to deal with any?
I would say it is very unlikely that we will have to deal with any.
Excellent. Good news then. Excellent news.
Wonderful news.
And is there any way we can help you? Do you want a welcoming party?
No, I think it's best that we keep this as low-key as possible.
Fair enough.
Want to avoid getting the word out that I'm alive for as long as we possibly can.
Excellent. Yeah, I have no objections to that.
All right.
Cool. Well, yeah, I mainly just want to get ready for our little exhibition that we're going to be having in with our friend Borax, and then yeah, apart from that, it's just going to be a domino effect, I think, and yeah, won't be stopping for a bit. So if you guys have anything else needs doing, probably now's a good time because I'm going to go and get ready. Excellent. Neumann goes to get ready.
Yeah. So I think Neumann...
For 2 days.
Yeah. So I think Neumann was going to spend some time on a messenger ring for Sam.
Mm-hmm. This is part of getting ready.
That was the reason for kind of holding off on the dragon mission. Yes. All right. So let's see for the first day of crafting, Neumann, roll me. It's probably take it as written that you can make the actual earring easily enough. Roll me an Arcana check to try to. Well, first roll me the Arcana check for the enchantment itself.
18.
18? Okay, it's a fairly simple enchantment, so that's enough to create the enchantment. Now roll me a second Arcana check for, this is the one that's going to determine exactly how long it takes. This is to reverse engineer the way that the rings are all attuned to each other.
If someone is perhaps helping him do that, would he get advantage?
He would. You also have another thing you could provide as a bard on top of the advantage.
Yes, which Ross would provide to Neumann, so he can add a D12 plus 2.
Yes.
D12 plus 2?
Yes.
Plus advantage.
All right.
For Ross to sit there being like, "You're doing a really great job," while she holds a spanner and waits.
Anya also would have been pretty involved in the process of acquiring materials and stuff, because I believe that she was going to work alongside, if Neumann couldn't make it, work alongside Yadel's people. So she'll probably be assisting as well if that helps flavor the help action at all.
Neumann also gives himself a little pat on the back with guidance.
Yep.
The little Neumann studied workshop session with the three of them.
So 17.
Just Bertie and Sam
So
hanging
just
out.
how disgusting is this going to get?
17 plus 11. So that's 20. What's that? 28.
That's 28.
Plus a D4. So we're at 30. And then Flash of Genius. 37. 37?
Yeah, that'll do it. That you're able to. Yeah, within the first day, you're able to reverse engineer this enchantment and replicate it in a way that is attuned to the rest of the rings.
Awesome. I'm imagining this big collab, montage where the world around Neumann is just going light speed, and he'll occasionally be over here, and then he'll be over here, and he'll be over here. Everything's just a blur behind him. Occasionally Ross will come into frame to help him out with a couple of things, to pat him on the back with some magic, and then Neumann will be doing more things, and then Anya will just drop down from the ceiling or something and help with something and then disappear, and then it's only been a couple of hours but to add to Neumann, that was all a big blur. So and then he now has some fancy earrings.
All right. Ready to give to Sam at some point.
Neumann goes up to Sam and he just goes "Oh, hey Sam," and then he just dead stares him, looking at his ears. Are his ears pierced? He spends a good
I've never drawn them pierced, Darby, so it's up to you.
I will say he has, not that he necessarily uses them, but he has simple piercing holes in the lobes.
used to having
Right,
a
yeah.
piercing.
Yeah, I rolled to see if he had them and rolled a natural 20.
Oh, he already has the earrings on. No, yeah, cool. Neumann just like kind of zones out for a little bit, staring at his ears awkwardly, and then we'll then be like, here's the earrings. Now you can be in for the general banter.
Thank you, Neumann.
Yeah.
It's means a lot.
It's all good. I'd recommend you put them on straight away. Do they require attunement? Neumann says in
They
his
do
own
not.
head. Excellent. I'd recommend you put them on straight away.
He puts them on.
And he'll use the earring using the open channel, and he will say, "Hey guys, I just learnt a secret, but we're not allowed to let Sam know."
Oh yeah? What is it?
Is the secret that he is a little weirdo? Because we all know that.
It's true.
Also, Sam, I can hear you breathing on the line. Hello, welcome.
Oh!
I will say, that's not how that works, but Anya is in tune with magic. So it's like, she doesn't literally hear him breathing on the line, but she hears like the magical connection. Which, I don't know.
She just wants to make him sweat.
Maybe to her that does sound akin to breathing on the line.
That's because she knows it'll freak him out.
Yeah.
Ross is like, guys!
Hello.
The secret is he has earrings now.
Oh, well, welcome, Sam. Not a weirdo. How you going? Welcome to the group chat.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
No
So
problem.
weird.
So this is how you're able to coordinate things when you do.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, usually we use it to, like, gossip about people's love lives and stuff like that, or like, but apart from that, yeah, absolutely.
Should I be worried?
No, you
don't know,
should be
should
very
you?
happy.
Sam, you have been spending any amount of time around me, and I don't need an open channel to know what goes on with this party. So the answer is most likely yes.
Oh.
All right.
My apologies in advance.
Just
This was a mistake.
But welcome to the team, Sam. Again.
thank you.
And also very important, some members of our team that are currently not present had a very hard time remembering that the open channel, you need to kind of turn it off, or like you can cast sending using these earrings. Okay, I think it's about 3 bits of energy to kind of expand onto that one. To a certain person, but otherwise it's an open channel to everyone in the earrings group. So just be careful. Don't just like act it as like you're trying to talk to one person, because that will go to everyone. Not personal experience, but a dear friend of mine unfortunately does that all the time, or will. Yeah, cool. So just as a heads up, don't say like some weird like mushy thing about Ross because you have yeah, it's like, yeah, be chill about it, okay? Just as FYI.
It was Kharas who sent it to everyone on the line, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's never quite got the hang of it. I think he kind of just got used to it because it was just pretty much the both of us usually in the radius, and unfortunately Anya most of the time too, whenever he's over at my house. So bet she learnt lots of fun facts about bees. But yeah, everyone else here is pretty good about it. So
Bees?
It did
Okay.
baffle me for how long he did not realize that I was living with you, considering that I heard literally everything at all times.
oh well, then you know a lot of cool facts about gardens and bees and all the things that specifically interest him at the time. So, and all of our weird board game scores. So, cool. That, we might have to fix that in the future if, things get more permanent. Anyway, welcome to the group chat, Sam.
Thank you for having me. All right. So, next day. I think that might be the day where it's where you've organized for Borax Taraka to meet with you to venture to the lair of Vileblight. Before we get started with that, can I quickly get Eddie to roll on behalf of Rook for the diplomacy check with the
I feel a lot of pressure.
with the Ganassi.
Mostly southern thoughts.
I don't want to make decisions on behalf of Joe as far as whether to use that advantage or not. The one does Rook get that?
Actually, that is a good question. I mean, this would be her only opportunity to use it if she does.
Good, because that was a natural one.
All right.
Does she get
but
it?
it's not advantage, it's proficiency. So,
Well, she needs that.
So,
she needs
does she-
whatever.
does she have...
Add one to whatever you need.
Although, I will say, as a Ganassi, I'll give her advantage for that. And I will check. And she does have
Sorry,
proficiency in
sorry.
persuasion, so she does get
Fuck me.
her +6. So that's 3.
Edward, was that a second nat one?
No, I did a nat 1 and then I did a 3, which isn't that's
3
2 points better.
+6, so that's 9, plus the where did that? Plus the +3 of the so it's a 12 total.
And can they? I'm not sure if you might have just said it or not, but they can add their proficiency to it. Is that what you've
That's where the
Yeah.
6 comes from.
done?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Joe. I'm so sorry.
All right.
Good thing the diplomat they took with them is also there to lend a second advantage.
All right. So,
Yes, that's it.
yes, that's how this works.
Just get Brooke to flex her muscles, and they'll be like, "Yeah, we'll do what. Yeah, we'll help you. Yeah, absolutely."
Yeah, like you may
Anyway.
have only gotten a 12, but the DC was real low because, like, have you seen the gains? So
Yeah, exactly, Darby. That's how that works, isn't it?
You will
failed
find
Rook.
out. You will find out in days to come the results of the diplomacy check.
Why am I worried about my own character coming to shank me over this? Uh-oh.
Could you do this, Edward?
All right. So, what time would you have arranged for Borax Taraka to come for you?
At our earliest convenience, I would say at a time when we knew patrols weren't as heavy around that area, if we can. We'd been there numerous times and have done a lot of scoping, so I'd imagine we'd be somewhat aware of the going-ons. So let's say before they have second breakfast or something, I don't know.
All right. So let's say around about 9. Around about 9 o'clock, a man in a in a set of resplendent azure robe enters the tavern. His hair is long and dark with a kind of blonde streak up the middle that almost comes to a point in an almost horn-like fashion.
Did we let him know where we are?
I believe so. Because he can only teleport once per day, so the plan was for him to come to you.
Yeah, I think we were going to organize like a place to meet up.
Okay.
Yeah, what I guess I didn't say at all, but in my head I'm like, this is a perfect plan. I don't know, I just don't like him knowing where...
Alright, well we can retcon that
we
to
are.
when you get to the meeting point that you arrange, you see this man dressed in this fashion.
Yeah, like, good point is like, yes, he's not trustworthy. We are fully fucking aware of that. But like, we are in contract together, so there is a bond. But like, that's between us, not the rest of the convocation. So like, I don't know. Neumann does not feel comfortable giving away any more secrets than he needs to, because he's obviously withholding stuff. So Neumann withhold as much as he can, and we meet up. Just somewhere still in the outer districts, I'd say.
Okay.
Let's say another tavern or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in that tavern, you see this man in the azure robes, long dark hair with the horn-like point of blonde in the middle.
Can Neumann put 2 and 2 together?
Yes. Neumann has an incredibly high intelligence. He can put that together.
You look very different to when we last saw you.
It's not always easy to roam around the streets as one as large as an ancient dragon. I hope you understand.
Fully aware. It's a nice get up. So, I believe everyone's here as he gestures towards all that are joining us. I believe it's just the party and Sam.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that's mean. The party.
Were we bringing Drakar yet, or not to this one?
I think he's hanging. He's staying back, laying low for 6 days.
Chilling. Yeah. Cool.
Cool. Bertie's sitting there, kicking his feet on a too high chair, drinking. He's got holding like a little mug in both hands. He kind of like nervously looks over and just like, leans in towards Anya and Ross. Like, I think that's the guy. Either that or Newman's just picking some very attractive man up. So either way, good job for him.
Based off what I can feel, that's definitely him.
So, are you ready to depart?
Yeah, at this stage, I believe so. Anyone else have any objections? And can you please run us by the plan?
So, it depends on what you are comfortable with, but we will teleport into my lair, and then we will try to take out Arcturaxis and Sable Taurus, as I don't trust them to be able to bargain. However, Magtarix would be worth trying to bargain before attempting to pick them off. Then once we've dealt with, in one way or another, the other 3 apprentices, we strike at Vileblight himself.
And you believe that Magtarix might change their mind if they see the tides are turning?
Certainly if the tides are turning.
Right, but they would be loyal before seeing that.
Quite possibly. Would be might be potential for us to sway them, but it would be very, very difficult.
And one more question. Do you all have a way to communicate with each other? Telepathic or using spells? Or is that something you guys generally do?
Generally not.
And if in an emergency, say an attack on your lair?
Generally not, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I do not know what you have planned.
For us, that's fortunate.
Yes.
I mean, look, if we could take him out one by one, that would be great. I just don't realistically seeing that happen. But I mean, I have heard that dragons can be quite stubborn. No offense. Egotistical. Might want to take us on as individuals, but I know that you're also very intelligent. So I don't know which way that would turn.
Well, Archeraxis is has a deal of intelligence, but is otherwise very aggressive. It does not have a great deal of patience for strategy.
Perhaps
Taris,
that might be our first target if we can.
yes. Taris will has a little more, but again, will not be likely to stand down unless particularly pressed upon.
And my final question, their lairs, as you mentioned, will have unique environments tailored to the likings of the dragons. Our choices are swamp, frozen tundra, or the inside of almost like the inside of a volcano, lava. How, out of those three, which would be the most dangerous environment?
I'm no expert in humanoid biology, but I would imagine that the volcano-like environment of Magtarix's lair would be the most unpleasant.
Well then, I believe I am satisfied with the decision. I'd like to take out Archeraxis first, if we can, Taris second, and then hopefully we'll be able to deal with Magtarix. Correct me if I get the names wrong.
Magtarix, yes.
Magtarix last, and hopefully we don't need to deal with them.
Sounds like a reasonable approach.
Anyone else want to ask any questions? Because I am done.
You mentioned that there is a chance to negotiate with some of these dragons, correct?
With Magtarix, yes. But we should be careful in that regard, because if that falls through, then I don't know what more likely to do first.
Are dragons much known for not keeping their word after they give it?
depends on the dragon.
Much
Magtarix,
like people, then, I suppose.
Magtarix is certainly one for seeing where the tide goes and following the power.
And do you believe that we will not be able to toe the tide? Or at least appear to?
From what I have heard, the grapevine, you should be more than capable of turning the tide.
I have one last question.
Of course.
And I ask as someone who is currently allied with you, that you try not to take offense. For as I am sure you are aware, we have to look after our best interests as much as you have to look after yours.
Of course.
Are you similar to that dragon in the turning of the tides and where your loyalties lie?
No, I have a lot more thought in what I do. And I have a lot more
insight, by the way.
And I have a lot more loyalty. Alright, roll me an insight check.
That was a nat one, but she does have expertise in insight, so it's a 27.
Okay, so there's definitely something that Borax is holding back, but he doesn't seem deceptive.
Okay, very well. I'm sure you understand why I have to ask.
Of course.
Do you have any questions of us before we go?
I think I have gathered all that I need from our prior interactions.
Anyone else? And Anya takes a step back.
Just quickly,
Mhm.
to reiterate our bargain,
Yes.
you help us, we get you that, what was it, diadem of power?
Yes.
That is in Vileblight's chamber.
Of course.
And then we take our pick of the rest of the treasure.
Yes.
Very well. Unless anyone else has anything to say, I say we go turn the tide.
Yeah, no, we gotta do it. So let's go.
Alright. So, Borax prepares the teleportation spell, and you all suddenly find yourself pulled through space into the desert that you found yourself in when you were first brought to this city. Alright. So, follow me closely. You don't want to get lost in the sandstorm. I know you smaller folk are a bit prone to that.
Indeed.
And he leads you through the sandstorm into what appears to be a portal of sorts that takes you through to a tunnel system that then is able to be maneuvered. You see that there are gems above 5 portals in this kind of as you go down each tunnel in the system. They're not particularly long tunnels, it's just about getting through to each one. So the gems are colored white, purple, blue, green, and red. and you have just come out of the blue one. So, to Arcturaxis.
Get the hardest fight out of the way first, I reckon. Yeah.
I wouldn't say the hardest, but certainly the most aggressive.
No problem then.
Let's do it.
Alright.
And Bertie will have also communicated to Anya via the messenger ring, what the coloured little doorway sort of gemstones and all that as well. We're wandering along. It's a visual thing.
Excuse me. Neumann will just quickly speak up and say, what kind of breath does Arcturaxis have? Ice. Well, Neumann will cast on himself protection from energy, and he's going to put cold resistance on himself.
Alright. Anyone else want to do any sort of preparatory stuff?
I am just checking, but D&D Beyond is having a cheeky little moment, as it likes to do, whenever I try to touch it.
So much fun. I will then say Bertie will charge up his sword, and he has fire spell, so 5th level. He'll upcast channel in the upcast energy of a fire spell into his sword.
Alright.
Anya will cast flame arrow. Wherever I can find that. Flame arrows. What happens when she casts it at 4th level? Let's find out. No, she won't need that. So she'll cast it at a 3rd level.
Alright.
And very quickly, right before we go in the door, Ross is gonna be like, Sam, come here. And, gesture him over, and as soon as he's close enough, she's gonna give him a hearty pat on the shoulder and also cast protection from energy and make him resistant to cold.
Alright.
And she's gonna say, don't do anything stupid, yeah?
Of course not. And he's gonna put his hand, embrace you and cast Death Ward.
Aww. Nice.
I also quickly double check to see Bertie can't cast message anymore, so he kind of shuffles next to Anya. He's like, Anya. Ross just heartily patted Sam on the back, and she's really friendly to him now. Do you think something went on between them? I've been training so much, but
Anya just has a small little smile, and she's like, no, not that I'm aware of.
Oh, curious. Well, you would know, so,
I'm sure we will find out. It is quite odd behavior.
It is, yeah. It's just it's very
Usually it's more moony and forlorn and I would not heartily pat my friend on the shoulder.
Yeah, that's
a lot more yearning.
Well, Ross is a theatre kid, so she likes that's what she likes kind of doing.
Oh, is she? Oh, I never would have noticed.
Really?
No, Bertie, I was joking.
Oh, that was sarcasm. Yeah. Good. Also, good luck with the fight. Should be good.
Same to you.
How are you feeling with the magic around here?
Oh, it's fine. Dragons are different. Different again. Very powerful magic, but more close to nature than us. So,
Better than the meat dungeon anyway, I suppose. We'll
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. Hopefully Neumann has been asking all the right questions of our ally, and things will be okay.
I still have concerns, but
Me too. Newman's a smart kid, and so's Ross, but as we've said,
deals. There.
we'll see how it goes. Good luck.
You
I'll protect you if I can.
and you as well.
He pads off to take a check over stuff.
Alright. So, you venture into this cold, frozen tunnel section. And it takes a bit of a trek before you need to, before you're able to reach the heart of the lair. Can I get everyone to roll me a Constitution saving throw from the sheer cold?
Do we get anything from Bertie?
You do,
Yes.
if you're and he'll be probably in the center of you guys, so
Yeah.
you kind of feel this like, comforting, some kind of like just like magical, like this little surge that kind of bolsters your odds a bit. So you will get a +6 to your saving throw.
Oh God, so that's a 19 with
Alright.
30s +6.
25 for Neumann.
25.
24 for Bertie.
Nice. Sam was a 22. Borax. Ooh. Let's see what Borax's modifier makes that. What is Ross's?
23. Thank you, Bertie.
Borax is fine. Borax has a +14 to con saves.
Oh man.
So even with a natural 2, that's still 22.
Whew.
All right. And so it's cold, but none of
Sorry, just for the record, what color gem was this dragon?
this was the
model with?
white.
The white one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is Anya gonna take it?
No, I'm just taking notes.
All right.
He kind of just like shudders and pulls his cloak close, his beautiful coat closer to him. Like, pretty chilly down here. Watch out. Over the messenger rings, obviously.
All right. So, you all hear a beating down of wings above you. Have you brought me fresh meat, Borax? What an unexpected surprise. And can I get everyone to roll for initiative, please?
I was waiting for
No.
Borax to be like, nah.
Why? Apologies.
I believe Neumann may be on top with a 25.
Yes. Bertie is a 23.
Whew. Anya?
So Anya is a 17, but could I also roll a stealth? Because Anya would have been stealthing into
Yep.
there as well. Yeah.
Yep. And Ross?
10.
I laugh. It's not terrible. It's just when everyone else
No.
is so high.
Yeah.
That was a 29 for stealth as well,
All right.
which may seem big, but we're up against the dragon.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I will say, Borax immediately transforms into his normal draconic form. And where are the other minis? So But, so, top of initiative, Neumann, you have won initiative.
I've never been. I don't believe I'm not often the first, so I get first move. Interesting.
Yeah.
How far away is our good friend?
Anya's probably there, I imagine, and then Bertie there. Does that seem about right?
Anya got real close while hiding, huh?
I think this is Borax.
Oh, that's Borax. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, cool.
So,
I thought that was the other
I
friend.
thought the same thing. I was like,
Oh,
I believe I entered the room
for
on his
this
head.
flying up here is the white.
Oh boy. Oh.
So Neumann, what do you want to do?
So how far?
I'd say, so it's about 60 feet forward and probably about the same up.
120.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, so it's if anything's within 60 feet, you can use it because Pythagorean theory doesn't affect magic.
Oh, cool. No worries then. Well, first thing Neumann wants to do is he wants to get away from the group a little bit. So he might veer off to, the right-hand side, maybe
Alright.
diagonally about 3-4 tiles.
Alright.
And then
So back or forward?
forwards towards the dragon,
Forwards, okay.
diagonally, yeah.
Toward,
and then,
like...
not towards, sorry, my bad, but strafing around to the
Okay.
right. That's the word for it. And then he will start off with a ranged attack. I didn't realize how terrible the DC was on my greater thundering short bow. So he will instead go for a firebolt.
Alright. Roll to hit.
Does an 18 hit?
It goes wide and misses, unfortunately.
Rightio, and then he will bonus action hide if he can.
Alright.
With a stealth roll of 26.
Alright. So you're able to kind of use a bit more speed to kind of duck around here.
Yeah, sure.
Alright. So next is Sam. Sam is going to... what options does he actually have here? Does that no. He is going to... You know what? He's going to put a hand on your shoulder, Ross. And he's going to cast Greater Invisibility.
Oh! I'm invisible.
Yes. So he should get over to where you are for that, but yes. Alright. Then I think he's just gonna... Oh no, he can't because he's already cast a spell, but alright. Alright, next is Bertie.
Alrighty, so Bertie is going to kind of hunker down a bit. He's going to activate Touch This Otherworldly Guise first off, so the wings spread out from his back.
Wonderful.
And then he kind of like moves his body more of a defensive posture, but instead he's going to, for his action, he's just going to first off cast Firebolt.
Alright.
So
yeah, roll to hit.
Yeah, so flaming energy kind of like sears through his hand, his left hand, and then swirls around his arm, and then he like flings it out. So I roll to hit.
Yeah.
So that's a 24 to hit.
24 certainly hits.
Cool. So that's 4d10 for his current level.
4d10. Yeah.
So hang on, I'll just add this on. There's still good numbers here. So it's an 8 and a 9, a 5 and a 2. So 24 points of fire damage.
24. Nice. So
Bad for a cantrip.
yeah. Should be noted there is no vulnerability here, but
Yeah.
yes.
Fair. Excellent.
But still decent chunk for a cantrip.
Cool.
And I believe that's your turn then, unless you want to approach the dragon with your movement.
No, not yet. He's
Not yet.
standing within the range of everyone else at the moment.
All right.
But he has his wings.
Borax is going to pull out the big guns, angle his head up, and use his lightning breath, aiming it solely at Arcturaxis. Alright, let's see if Arcturaxis saves against this 93 points of lightning damage. Alright. Dex save. That is 21. What was DC again? That is not enough. So 93 points of lightning damage to the white dragon. I may not be able to do that for a bit. Keep that in mind.
Thanks
Do
for the heads up.
Do they have to do a check for flying, or are they just
No.
they're flying?
They're flying still.
Cool.
It's not like Newman's check for climbing that he seemingly has to do.
No. Anya, it is your go.
Excellent. So Anya, I guess she's probably like hiding under Borax's legs a little bit, and she swings out from behind the leg, just as you move her, and she's going to shoot 2 arrows from her wild bow. So if you'll remember, they both go off the same attack roll.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a nat 1. However, she was hidden, so that's an advantage.
Yes.
What is with your rolls today, Anya? So that's a 29. Does that one hit?
29 certainly hits.
Okay, good.
And because you had advantage, sneak attack does apply.
Yeah, perfect. So just give me a hot second. Now, you said there wasn't anything special to do with fire damage, was there?
No.
Cool. So there's 6d6 plus 2d10 plus another d6 of fire damage plus the d8 plus 8. So whatever this is, plus 8 for the first arrow. So that's 59 for the first arrow.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now, because I can't remember whether was sneak attack to both.
No, sneak
arrows?
attack only applies to one
Okay.
attack.
Yeah. But the rest still
Yes.
applies. Cool.
Yeah, flame arrow, radiant damage, all that applies.
Sorry, just making sure I'm getting it all in there. So that's 51 plus 16 plus 8, which is 24.
Okay.
Sorry, that's my thinking.
So an additional 24
Action.
points of damage. Arcturaxis is looking pretty shaky already, guys.
She doesn't bonus action to do anything because she used that to shoot the second arrow. So she just sort of stays within the cover of Borax.
It is Arcturaxis' turn now. And he's going. Do I have anything? Yeah. So Arcturaxis is she. Sorry. So Arcturaxis is going to use her breath weapon. And can I get everyone except for Neumann to make me a Constitution saving throw as this cone of frost engulfs you collectively.
Anyone who does terribly, Newman's keeping an eye on how everyone's performing and is ready to dump a +7.
And don't forget there's a +6 to your saves,
Yes.
because Bertie is close to you guys as well.
I think Anya's a bit far.
Okay.
Anya's a bit
Yeah,
far
'cause
away,
it's
but everyone
10
else
feet, I
is.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anya's just outside of that.
That's right, just sneaking.
She rolled a 17,
17.
which is pretty good for her.
Is that with the +6?
No, she doesn't get it because she's out of range.
Ah, sorry, my bad. That's what that was.
Yeah.
So plus, I think Sam only gets an additional +1 effectively on top of that, so he's going to take the full thing. Ross,
25.
25. So you save. Bertie,
18.
18 is not a successful save. So and Borax Tarek probably going to save. Yeah. So everyone except for Ross and Borax Taraka take 67 points of cold damage. And Neumann, obviously.
2/3 of Anya's health gone.
Did you want to add the +7 to it, by the way? To Anya's?
Yes.
Yeah.
So with the +7,
Yeah.
it's 25, which does make it so half instead to Anya.
Alright, how much is half?
Half is, let me calculate that. So it is 33.
Cool. Thank you, Newman.
So Ross also takes 33, as does Borax. Sam is going to need to make a con save for the greater invisibility. Wouldn't that be absolutely wonderful if he casts that and it doesn't even get to your turn? Does he have Warcaster? Yes, he does. So he does have advantage here. He needs a 33 though. Ooh, which means he literally needs a natural 20.
Does he get the +6 from Bertie, though?
He does,
Constitution save.
but he also is a paladin, so it only really gives him a +1 effectively. So yeah, so Ross is visible again, unfortunately.
You tried, sweetheart.
Wasn't expecting that to be quite as cold as it was. Okay. Next is Ross. Your go.
Well, that's really on you, isn't it? She says. And then am I within 60 feet of
Yes.
Big Dragon Lady?
Yes.
Cool. Ross is going to kind of shake one of her hands, and she is still wearing the illusionist bracelets, even though she is unattuned from them, in order to attune to the friendship ring from Neumann. But she shakes one of her wrists forward, and out from underneath the bracer pops out just a little, like, one of those weird, like, almost watchmaker tools that looks like like just like a long thin bit of metal with a little point on the end, and it probably somewhere on it has stamped into it NTM. Clearly she has stolen this from Newman's work table at some point.
I forgot something. Who had cold resistance on them? Sam had cold resistance on him.
Yes, and so did Neumann.
So
I just also realized I have cold resistance.
so yours is half to 33. Sam's is half to
So I'll
33.
heal myself to 33.
Which means that the DC was actually 15, which his higher roll was a 17. So you are still invisible.
Hey! Okay, retcon all that bullying of Sam. So anyway, people won't see this, but yeah, Ross...
But you do need to roll a concentration check for the protection from energy, the both of you. Good news is the DC is only 16.
Yeah, that's another 25.
All right, that is fine. And Bertie? No, you get yours through your
Moonstaff.
Your Moonstaff, so it's just automatic. Okay,
Just in my
brilliant.
backpack.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So, Invisible Ross. Those who can see her through True Sight or Blind Sense or whatever.
Yep, so she flicks out this little, like, one would call it maybe a tinker tool. And she is going to invisibly, like, scribe that through the air and make this sort of rune shape and blast it towards Arthraxis? Arcturaxis.
Yes.
And she's going to cast Fairy Fire.
All right. That is a save of some sort, isn't it?
Dexterity, only 17, because it's through Tinker Tools. But I
right.
also believe...
That is a 13. However, Arcturaxis is going to use Legendary Resistance to succeed.
Well, damn. So that cool thing happens and nothing occurs. I was aiming to give everyone advantage, but that didn't work.
Arcturaxis knows how magic works, unfortunately. Even with her aggression.
Oh, I just realized I could have used cutting words to make it even worse for her. Oh well.
Wouldn't have affected the whole legendary resistance factor though.
Well. Anyway, Ross does that and then is like, anyone around her would just hear her go, shit, dragons. And then she's actually going to move so she's like a bit more out of the way in case Arcturaxis gets their breath weapon back. But before she runs off, she is going to invisibly, like, just pat Bertie on the shoulder and just be like, you got this, kid, yeah? And give him inspiration.
Oh yeah, Ross, cool, thanks.
So shall we say about here-ish?
Yeah.
For her? So that's out of the cone,
Yeah.
and it's also, fun fact, out of the 60 feet blind sight that Arcturaxis has. So Arcturaxis could see you before,
Now
not
she can.
necessarily in detail, but she could see that there was someone there. But now, yeah, you are completely out of her sights.
Yay.
Next is we're at the top of initiative, and it's back to Neumann.
Rightio. They're still flying in the sky.
Mm.
I feel so useless being ranged. So let's go with. Yeah. Look, we'll just do this again. Same thing as before. We will go with a. Oh, no, I really want to do that though. I really do want to do that. But... Yeah, no, we'll just go another firebolt. So from where Neumann is, I believe that's within 120 feet. So he'll try again.
Yeah, roll to hit.
So he'll peg another tennis ball-sized bit of fire towards him with the 29.
Yep, that
hit?
certainly hits.
Okay, cool. I likey that. Now, does sneak attack get applied to this at all? Because he was he was hiding. I'm not sure if that was successful, but it was quite high from memory.
Yeah, sneak attack would succeed.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So
would be applicable.
So that's 25 damage flat. And then with the additional sneak attack, that's an additional 11. So a grand total of 36 fire damage. And then Neumann will, again, attempt to hide as a bonus action.
Alright. Roll me the stealth check, please.
Absolutely. So that is a 23.
Alright. Noted. Next is Sam's go. Sam is going to... He's gonna take a small, like, vial of ointment out and pour a bit onto his fingers and just rub it in his eyes to cast True Seeing on himself. And from where he is, like, he has no flight. He can hit it if it comes up, but otherwise, yeah. He might spread out a little bit more though. Might try to go to back here. Alright. So next is Bertie.
Alrighty. Bertie kind of takes a deep breath. He's like, okay, here goes. And he's gonna like do a running, like a run towards the dragon, and like a run and a jump up into the air.
Alright.
To hopefully reach her. Can I reach her from there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
I
like
fly
what, 40, 60 feet? 60 or 40 foot fly speed with otherworldly guys.
Oh, I cannot remember.
Either way, you're only like, 30 feet away.
40, yeah.
So.
But yes, and I remember my AC is up actually. So Bertie is going, okay, here he goes, and he goes to hit her.
Alright. Roll to hit.
Okay, so that's a natural 18. So with the blade, that's a 33 to hit.
Certainly hits.
Okay.
What obscene amount of damage are you doing?
Here we go. So it's 5. Is it 5d8 or hang on? Sorry, 6d8. No. Yeah. Sorry. Just one moment. Additional 1d8. Yeah. Okay. Additional. All right. So 6. Yes.
Up to a maximum of 5d8 for the for
but
both the smite and for the blade.
Oh, for the blade as well.
Yeah. They both. Yeah.
Because it's 1d8 normally, and then it says like you get an additional additional 1d8 up to 5d8.
Yes. Up to.
So inclusive of the damage I'm already dealing. Okay. So 5. That's fine.
Yes.
All right. So I roll that. So that's not even smite. That's the effect of the blades. So that's I'll add those up. Just one moment. So it's an 8 plus 2 plus 4 plus 7 plus another 8. Cool. So that's 29 points of damage. Now the rogues have been getting an advantage because they've just
they've been hidden.
Hiding.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Cool. So yes, that's that attack, and I swing and hit again.
Yeah.
Or try to. I probably don't. It's a nat 1, so it's a 16 to hit.
Nat 1's always missing combat.
Yeah. So Bertie like does a big chunk of damage, like just tries to stab into it, but then like over topples with the wings because he hasn't used them for a while.
Yeah. In fact, because you've pissed her off and you are still visible, she's going to use a legendary action at the end of her turn. In fact, she's going to spend 2 actions to use a wing attack on you. So can you make me a dexterity saving throw?
Okie dokie. That's a 19.
19. That is not enough to save. I will say because you're flying, you're not going to land prone because of it.
Yeah.
But you do take 15 points of bludgeoning damage from
Okay,
the,
so he kind
the
of like
wings slamming into you.
manages to like not be slammed into the ground, but he does get slammed, like thrown across the air a bit.
Yeah.
Gets winded.
Yes. All right.
That's his
Yeah. Borax Taraka's go. Gonna see if he gets his. Holy shit! He gets his breath weapon back.
Good thing Bertie's out of the way too.
He's not, unfortunate. Oh, did you swing? Did you swing out of the way, or?
I just thought because they got knocked down.
No, not quite. Bertie's in line, so is in the line, unfortunately. So he's gonna hold off for now. Oh, that cold was unexpectedly invigorating.
Would he not have movement?
He does have movement. Good point.
He can move.
Yeah, so he is going to fly.
He can move around, Bertie.
Yeah. He's going to fly and kind of strafe to a point where, he can just lightning line down to Arcturaxis. So Arcturaxis is going to need to make a dexterity saving throw. And I only rolled dexterity rather than the saving throw, but plus the 6 just makes it at 23. But that's still going to be half damage to whatever this is. 77 points of lightning damage. So that halved is 35, 36, 37, 38 points of lightning damage. So Arcturaxis is very shaky right now, and is probably going to use a legendary, her last legendary action for the turn. No, she can't. She's not close enough to. She's not close enough to Borax to use her tail. Actually, no, 20-foot reach, just within range. So she's gonna do a tail attack on Borax and hit for 16 points of damage because I rolled 1 on both of the dice. All right, so next is Anya's turn.
Yeah, so Anya, there's not really a lot that she's going to deviate from doing aside from she is going to attempt to hit Arcturaxis.
Yep.
The fella, the lady fella.
Yeah.
The person, the dragon.
Yes.
With the wild bow again.
Roll to hit.
Yeah. Perfect.
You
so
do.
That's a 33.
Yeah. That will certainly hit, and you do get sneak attack because there is an ally in range.
Yeah. Yep. So let's see. We've got the D8 plus the 2D10 plus the 6D6 plus the additional D6. Am I missing anything? No. Let's go. So that would be 38 plus 8, which is 46 points of damage.
That's enough.
Wonderful.
Like, how does this shot take her out of the sky?
So Anya, I guess, as she's sort of been raising up and flying, well, not that she's really been moving too much, but as she's sort of been raising up, Anya trains her arrow almost as if she had clean sight of her. trains her arrow upwards and lets it loose, and it shoots upwards right through herself, like bottom jaw through the top.
All right. And yeah, Arcturax's like head swings up before like just the entire body falls to the ground. And you're
But he rolls real fast out of the way.
Yeah, you're the two of you are fighting right above like an frozen over pool. Her body just smashes into the ice and is submerged in water. And yeah, Bertie, some cold water splashes up at you. It's not so cold as to do damage, but yeah, it's definitely not pleasant.
That's gonna be a bit stiff. Oh boy. Okay. Everyone okay? Everyone good?
That was relatively easy. I mean, I'm a little injured, but
Cool. We'll have to make sure. We'll have to see how if we can do a bit of healing or something like that. Good job. That's one dragon down. How many more to go? He scours over to everyone else.
3.
Hopefully 2.
Cool. All right. Well. Good job, everyone. Let's Yeah. How? And Bertie will check over people, see how injured they are.
Yeah.
From nowhere, you hear Ross's voice say, "Yeah, good job, team."
Yeah, Ross is still invisible. Like, not for much longer because greater invisibility only lasts a minute. But, yeah.
Anya does not notice any difference.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to spook you.
If we want to press on, but can spare 10 minutes, I can cast a prayer of healing if we want.
Yeah, that might be good.
How rough is everyone?
Bertie checks Anya over.
Anya on a scale of 0 to 91 is sitting on a 58.
All right.
She's like, I've been better, but a strong hit might take me out on the next one.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Neumann will take this time to go look for a lair, or like a lair within a lair, a crack in the cave, a place where the dragon
The horde.
might.
Yeah.
The horde.
I'd
The
say-
horde is the word you're looking for.
I'd say with your passive perception, you notice that there are various glints from under the ice, the ice pools, and it's
Oh, a good thing one of them's broken open.
yeah. So everyone regains 28 hit points from the prayer of healing.
Thank you, Sam. Anya's up to 86, which will be fine.
Cool. Bertie will use a first level cure wounds on her then as well, which is 12 points of healing on top of that.
Right.
Yeah, she's back up to full.
Everyone else looking okay-ish?
Newman's very good.
Cool.
Neumann got out of the way before the breath weapon came out.
Bertie's going to use a couple of cure wounds on himself then, because he's not looking great.
I was just gonna say that Ross is gonna healing word Bertie at a 3rd level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which I mean, where is it? There it is. That's 3d4.
Alright, Bertie may not cure wounds himself.
That's actually very good. There's a 4 in there. 5, 8, 14 points of healing.
Thank you. It's cool. Okay, that should be good.
Okay.
Good job, everyone. Let's
So
on to the next one.
yes. So keep in mind too, Tasha's otherworldly guys would be down because it lasts a minute.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. That's down,
Yes.
unfortunately. So he's lost that now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Uh,
Did Neumann get anything when diving into the broken open ice pool?
um.
A cold.
Yeah. It's. You do see like
Wet.
there's like a massive hoard of treasure. It would take. Roll me an investigation check with disadvantage from like the sheer cold of the water.
He does have resistance, just an FYI. Does that help?
Not
Because he
not
currently has protection from energy on.
not really, because that's more so from the damage and not from like the weather conditions.
Fair enough. That's the reason why he dived in. He's like, yeah, this will be fine. So, that's a 29.
29. Okay. So it's so you're sifting through like these massive piles of coins and gems. When you find you do find something of interest. It's hard to kind of work out what it is, but it does seem to be a bit different from the regular stuff in here. And as you start fishing out, like pouring the coins away from it to find what it is, that's where we're going to leave it for this week. And we'll find out at the top of next episode.
Alrighty. Newman having a
Juicy.
little treasure hunt.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are just sitting around for 10 minutes, so Newman's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
That's fair.
gonna go do something else.
Patch up
Just
some
sitting
wounds.
around,
Yeah.
bleeding out and applying band-aids.
That's it.
Newman, who I'm 90% sure has like 50 potions of healing
Yeah.
on his person, is like, peace.
Their
I'm going for
investments though.
it.
Newman's very poor. He needs
Yeah.
some
You keep on
investment.
forgetting this.
Anyway,
Have a great week, everyone, and
Sorry
hope
for
you
listening.
enjoy whatever your time is right now.
thank you for listening.
Ciao.
I've been really lazy doing my ironically being in lockdown. I've been less motivated to like write down summaries of what's happened, but I will catch up.
It's not ironic, it's depression.
Yeah. I get that all the time, baby.
Maybe it's irony. Maybe it's depression.
Three.
What about you feel there, Tommy?